Hi everyone, it's Nikaylee, back with Matters of Heart 444. And the topic that I have tonight is, I know I'm just dressed down. I'm not used to being dressed down like this, but I had a lot of running around to do, and I'm still in my gym clothes, so I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm comfortable with me. Anywho, your enemy's tactics of oppression cause you to become creative. Okay. Your enemy's tactics of oppression cause you to become creative. I should have put it on Do Not Disturb, so I'm probably going to get a lot of pings, but I'm going to ignore them. Anyways, so the first thing that I wrote down was they want to control your outcome. Whether it's people from the past or people that are in your life now, people that are seated or rooted in a spirit of jealousy, literally, but mainly I found that it's people that are in your past. Why? Because you got free. I'm skipping ahead right now. Because when you get free and you leave people behind or where they were and you move on, and if they truly had a hold on you, like they had a hold on me for many, many, many years, before I finally became awakened to their tactics and the things that they were doing, they don't want to see us free. Okay, and I'm jumping the notes right here because I did write my notes. I'm gonna go over them anyways. But they want to control your outcome. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if they could stick their foot out, many of them attempt to stick their foot out while you're leaping over a hurdle or while you're walking the pathway that God designed for you. Okay. Why? Because they don't want to see you going forward. Why? Because they don't want to see you grow. Why? Because there is a root of fear that they think that you might surpass them. And this person, oh no, 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 cannot surpass me. It's all about the competitive spirit. It's all about a root of jealousy. And really, it's also fear-based because you cannot get away from this toxic energy, leave us where we are, and then surpass. Or if this person succeeds, or if this person, so then they come to you, or they're constantly in the background, you not even knowing it, are constantly challenging you or competing with whatever it is that you might be doing. Okay, wanting to constantly sticking their foot out while or trying to block you while you're walking the path that God designed for you. You know, oh no, if we get free, all right, and stay free and continue without looking back. Okay, people from the past actually consider that a threat. Instead of just keeping their eyes on their own paper, all right, and staying in their own lane, but it's impossible for them to do it because they can't sleep unless they see you stumble. But it's really important and imperative that we don't give too much attention to what the enemy's doing. However, we're supposed to be aware, all right? Even though I am, that it is the highlighted topic tonight. Your enemy's tactics of oppression, trying to keep you oppressed, causes you to become creative, causes us to become creative. So also when we're dealing with financial hardships, okay? So, you know, a lot of the times you'll find out if you think about it, they're actually done on purpose, all right? So, but what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that for me, case in point, for me, I work almost 90 hours a week. And I believe that every human on this planet realizes or knows at least that God is not in that. That is a form of oppression. That is a form of slavery. Okay. And to work that many hours is it's truly not God. It's like where do you live? Are you living to work or are you working to live? Okay. So that's also another form of oppression. Now, and also what do I mean by that? Just give an example. When your boss, whether it's a CEO or whether it's somebody in higher status, usually 95% of the times it's people of higher status. Okay, not always. People around you, people the same level, people that don't want to see you grow, people that don't want to see you, that are afraid that you might surpass them, that actually are wired to think that way because their heart posture is not right. Okay, because their thinking faculties are connected to their heart, and it's really a heart thing. Okay, and we're dealing with matters of the heart here. That's why I named the channel what it is. It's also very, very, very broad, very vague, and it leaves room for many things to be talked about, which is what I love. Okay, so dealing with financial hardships, if you're going through financial hardships and you realize that there is somebody in higher status, they know that you are well deserved of the raise. Okay, I don't believe that I should have to ask for a raise. That would be like somebody, walking into a room and going, I'm the most humble person. Actually saying, I'm the most humble person in the room. It should never, anything that's on you will carry that. It will exude from your inner man, and you'll never have to say what. Okay, and when they withhold raises that you are well worth and should have came to you by now, long by then. And okay, some people would consider that a form of pride. Oh well, a closed mouth don't get fed. True enough. Okay, that point is very valid. But in the same token, when you know that you're an excellent worker, and that everything you do is wholeheartedly, it's something that exudes off of you, and you shouldn't have to say a word. That'd be like somebody, they walk in the room and you can tell that they have greatness. Okay, they don't have to go around shouting from the rooftops, I'm great, like Tony the Target, right? I'm great. No, it's something that reflects a pure light as they walk in the room, shift the room. It doesn't take much to figure out much about that individual when their light is shining from them. The way that they speak, the way that they act, the way that they tell, the way that they handle things with the spirit of excellence, okay? But withholding from you, okay? Financial hardships done on purpose, all right? So that ratio, and in your heart of hearts, that ratio came long ago, okay? All right. So those subtle attempts to try to block you because why? Because then they would want they don't want to see you free, okay? Because if they let you go, they know that you're their hardest worker. You're the best one, okay? You're the faithful one. You're the one that shows up every day, whoopity whoopity woo. And I can go on and on and on. But when it's time to let you go, they don't want to let you go, right? They try to hold on to you and harbor on to you, and they put their hooves off in you, and they don't want to let you go, period, point blank. All right? So my third one here is, okay, now this is kind of maneuvering right here. All right, so in another word I heard just the other day, and I was sharing this with my mom, was a covetous spirit. I kid you not. I have an individual, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It's a pastor, okay, because I stay right next to a church, who has been wanting this house for I don't know how long, okay, to the point to where he takes his vehicle and parks it in our parking space. He doesn't even live here. And it stays there overnight. And he gets in and comes out and gets in and comes out and gets in and comes out. I get it. Okay, you're serving the church, but the house was given to me for the meantime. All right, and that's another thing. That brings me to another point, okay? The enemy also wants us to self-sabotage or self-destruct, okay? So he's, when you know that they're working in the background, the enemies are working things in the background and doing things against you to, like for case in point, like he's calling the landlord, attempting to try to purchase the house, buy the house, knowing I'm here, knowing I'm in it, knowing that there's a renter in it. But it's been like that for I don't know how long. I get it. It's out for fair game. I get it. See, if somebody sees a house that thinks it's beautiful, they would like to present an offer, whoopity whoopity woo. But to go to so far extent that you would park your car in another person's living space is rooted in a spirit of envy. Envy is a covetous spirit. It's not the same as jealousy. Jealousy, you can get hard-hearted. It's something that can come and go, okay? But it's not quite the same as envy. Envy is, I want to take what you have. I can't sleep unless